Yeah, empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Snack Cackle Talk. Um, I am your host, Lacey, and today is Freestyle Thursday. I'm going to give you guys a minute to hop on here because I am 2 hours later than normal. I had a lot going on and I had a little hot date. So, um, so I'll just talk about my date. My husband took me out. It's been a minute, and we went to go see. Um, well, tonight's feature we saw. What was it? Sinners. We saw Sinners, and that is a must see. I enjoyed the movie. It was great. It was entertaining. Um, And stay for the end credits, okay? There's two end credits. There's a mid ending credit and there's a second end credit. But yeah, the movie was a really great movie. Go out and support Michael B. Uh, Jordan and the rest of the crew. Like I said, that was a great movie. Um, we, what Monday for my grandbaby's birthday, we went to go see Minecraft on the 14th. So that was a good movie too. But I will say if you're expecting this to be kiddish, it's not a kiddie movie. Um but for kids that know what Minecraft is, like they play the game or whatever, then they might enjoy the movie. Uh, I missed a lot of the movie, unfortunately. I fell asleep. It's not a boring movie. I went there working off of only like an hour and a half of sleep after working my night shift. And so I was extremely tired. So once I ate and then my body relaxed, I kept waking up at at highlighted scenes, which is entertaining throughout the whole movie, but it just wasn't enough for me to stay awake, being that I hadn't had any sleep. But make sure you go and you're energized when you get there. Because now I'm gonna have to go back, which I don't mind because the movie is good enough to have to go for a rerun. I enjoyed the movie. It kind of put me on the level of like the Mario Brother movie. It was kind of like that, except with people, real people. So yeah, it was a good movie. So if you're thinking about going to see those movies, go ahead and go see those movies. They're good movies. Um, but today's topic is taking one for the team. And on Freestyle Thursday, anything goes. We can talk about absolutely anything, you know. But taking one for the team just kind of stuck out to me. I can't remember where I saw my clip, what clip I had saw, but you guys, you all know what taking one for the team is, especially fellas. Females, we go through it every now and again, but guys, they go through it more than females, especially when um, a guy is trying to go out with someone and he's getting interference from the girl that he's interested in from her friend. And there are a lot of fellas out there that are under the impression that uh, there's always an ugly girl in the bunch, or pretty girls don't run with a pack of other pretty girls. They always seem like one pretty girl run with a pack of ugly girls, however y'all want to put it. But that taking one for the team is like, I just want to know, like, who was ever put in a position to where that they had to take one for the team, like they had to go out with a girl that they was not interested in, or they had to go out with a guy that just not he just wasn't what it do. And I kind of want to know what y'all experience was with that, you know. Um, and then I want to mess around with my cards again so badly because they're just that insane that I just want to know what else craziness is inside of these cards. I really want to know. So if you guys uh, feel like sharing anything with me today, now is the time for you guys to do that. Um, because I want to know. Yeah, I want to know what you guys, what y'all have going on. Like whoever had to take one for the team. So if you're just now jumping on, I'm 2 hours late to my live because I had to go. I just had to go to the movies. Well, I didn't have to go, but it was a date. So who says no to a date? And we went to go see Sinners, and it was a good movie with Michael B. Jordan. It was a good movie. Um, and like I said, if you decide to see that movie, it's got two ending credits, okay? And then we went to go see Minecraft. We saw that first. We saw that on Monday. That was also a good movie. And but my topic for today, which y'all can talk about absolutely anything that y'all want to talk about. But well, thank you. I tried to be cute. But yeah, y'all can talk about absolutely anything on today. Anything goes. Okay. I'm flying solo today, and I'm also going to be flying solo on Relationship Saturday. And to throw you guys a curveball, I want y'all to join me tomorrow at my regular time between 5 and 5:30 ish. I am actually going to do a live on tomorrow because Monica is not going to be here Saturday. So we're going to go live tomorrow. And then Trey is going to join us as well.
So Sinners is the first movie in history to almost get a perfect 100% score on the fresh tomato and the Rotten Tomato deal. They got 99% fresh tomato score, so they got almost a perfect score.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. So, if anybody was considering going to watch that movie, consider it. Go ahead and go watch it. It is a good movie. At least I was entertained the whole time. I enjoyed the movie. But everybody don't go into movies with open minds. They go in there with a certain perception that they expecting.
Are you not entertained?
So yeah, don't do that. Go in there with an open mind.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Gladiator. Come on.
I never would have thought of that.
How are we gonna play the movie game?
Well, you caught me off guard with that one. Gladiator, that's like way back. I can't remember the lines of Gladiator.
Remember, he stood in the middle of the arena and held his arms up like this and said, "Are you not entertained?"
I'm not as much of a movie buff as I used to be, and I'm the one started that whole game in the first place. But yeah, so I want to know who has ever had to take one for the team and go out with someone.
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Really?
For Adrian.
For your brother?
He had
Okay.
this girl he was talking to. He at first he was asking for a ride. He said, "Brian, I need you to take me to my girl house." I said, "Okay." He said, "But I need you to do something." I said, "What?" She said, "Her friend over there, she a hater. She be getting in the way, and I'm trying to do something." He said, "Could you just go down there with me and sit there with her?" I said, "Nigga, I was gonna just drop you off and come back home, and you just come with." He said, "No, man, because if you do that, she gonna be all in the way, trying to do this and that." I said, "All right, man." I sat there and looked at that girl for like an hour and a half. Like, I wasn't trying to do nothing with her or nothing. I was just ready to go.
But I mean, ultimately, was it a bad, uh, unexpected date, or was she just not?
Oh, she
Y'all
wasn't
just
ugly.
couldn't communicate with each other,
She wasn't ugly.
or
She was just bored.
what? Did you talk to her?
This was like 11 something, 12 o'clock at night.
It doesn't matter with the time. You
Either
were
we
there.
need to, I like, do you want to watch a movie or something? She was like, no. I said, well, I tried to make conversation. Her conversation was dry.
Define dry.
She wasn't
Like,
talking about shit.
okay, but if you ask her questions, what kind of questions did you
It
ask
was
her?
like, well, where you from? Tell me something about yourself. Whatever you want to talk about. I'm an open book. I'm listening. Anything you want to know?
And what she say? My name Felicia.
Yeah, she did.
Just she was doing like one word phrases or something.
Yeah, because she wanted to do something, and I wasn't trying to do nothing with her.
Okay, but I don't understand why was she trying to do something if you was an unexpected person to be there.
Because her friend told her that she was bringing, said he's bringing his brother with him, whatever, whatever. Because at the end, she was like, you want to do something?
Did she look like she was a freak?
Hmm. She was cute.
I mean, did she look like she was like a loose girl?
Hmm.
So why she just? I guess looks can be deceiving.
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't, at that time, I wasn't
Well,
thinking about that.
but that don't seem okay. I guess you can kind of put that on the line of taking one as for the
Well,
team, but she wasn't ugly.
yeah, but I
She
wasn't,
was just a boring date, probably shy.
she wasn't shy because she just wasn't talking about shit. Because she wanted to do something, and I wasn't trying. I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. Dudes do get to where they don't feel like it sometimes. It's just not girls that be like, no, baby, I don't feel like it today. I got a headache.
Now I took one for the team, but but mine ended up being a great experience, and he ended up becoming a boyfriend. So I guess I don't know if that would fall under the
That ain't
lines.
taking one for the team.
That because I actually
Taking one for the team and doing
he
some
was
shit.
yeah, he
Doing
wasn't
something
ugly or
that you don't
nothing.
want to do is taking one for the team.
I mean, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't know the person. I didn't even know his name. Didn't know what he looked like or anything like that. It was a total blind date. I was just going because a friend told me that they wanted me to go, and then I just end up enjoying the person's company. And then we talked for a little bit, and then we ended up dating. But the date didn't last long or whatever, so we broke up. So, but no, as far as like I took one for the team for my sister, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, her high school boyfriend, I guess a cousin of his or somebody. He was too short and he had bug eyes and he I guess he wasn't ugly. He wasn't what I was used to, you know. And he kind of seemed like he was I don't know, in the streets maybe.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And then I dated another cousin. Well, we didn't date. I went out on a date for my sister with another one of his cousins or friends or whatever. And that went nowhere. That went nowhere too. And he was a nice guy, whatever, super tall. I'm not attracted to tall people that I have to do this and look up at you, you know. But so I don't yeah, that was kind of taking one for the team because I mean I didn't want to be there. He wasn't who I didn't like him. I wasn't attracted to him. He was nice. I could say that.
You talking about taking one for the team,
But
like in more money.
but yeah, but taking one for the team like in more money, no, I didn't experience that. Like I didn't experience that one. Like taking one for the team like in more money where wait a minute. No, I took yes, I did. I took one for the team. Now y'all might hear me phrase that my cousin was pimping me out, but that was taking one for the team. You get what I'm saying? Like uh he hooked me up with this guy named Ricardo one time. I can't remember his last name, but he wasn't what I'd never really dated anybody. I was in matter of fact, no, I didn't date anybody. I was in middle school. And this boy really liked me. He really liked me. And my cousin come telling me, "Hey, I need you to go and talk to Ricardo." And I was like, "Who is Ricardo? And why I gotta talk to him?" Cause he like you. And besides, he said that he'll give you a herringbone necklace if you talk to him. What? No. Like, I'm not talking to him. You're not gonna have me get in trouble with my mama. I gotta explain to my mom where I got the necklace from. You know. Well, you ain't gotta actually date him. Just talk to him until he give you the necklace. And so I was like, I mean, what do he look like? You know, back then when you kids, you be trying to date somebody that's handsome, that's pretty, you know, stuff like that. And if I judge his looks based on when we were kids, then no, he wasn't attractive. Now, if I base his looks based off of my adult thoughts, then okay, he would be attractive. But as a kid, no, he wouldn't be my cup of tea. Um, he was dark skinned. He was already stout like, and I don't know. He just seemed like he was, I don't know, hoodish. He seemed hoodish. But I mean, for my cousin, because I wasn't worried, I wasn't scared or anything like that. I felt safe. My cousins, them, they are very protective. So yeah, I went on this little date, and well, I didn't go on a date, but I ate lunch with the boy. He asked me to eat lunch with him, so I sat down at the table with him, ate lunch with him. He bought my food, of course, and asked for my phone number. So I was like, well, let me make sure my cousin all right with it or whatever. And of course, my cousin, of course, my cousin was all right with it because he was trying to get something out of it. He was trying to get something out of it, you know. But other than that, yeah, once he gave me that necklace, he gave me a teddy bear, he gave me roses, he gave me a ring. Like he was giving me jewelry and stuff, and I had to break up with him. Like, listen, I have to explain this to my mama, and I don't want to get in trouble by my mama. I can't talk to you. Have my mama thinking I'm dating me a doughboy. So I stopped talking to him, and I gave my cousin the little jewelry stuff that he was asking for, and then he come along with some other little boy. I'm like, look at here. Yeah, my cousin, if he ever watches this, he knows, and he'll probably agree. He'll definitely agree that he was pimping me out. So yeah, I was taking one for the team and talking to dudes that any other time I would not talk to these dudes whatsoever. But because my cousin wanted me to talk to him, I done got jewelry, I done got money, I done got other gifts, I done got Game Boys, I done got shoes. And I'm a teenager. So I took one for the team, y'all. But I want to know some serious take one for the team. Like who had them a little ugly duckling? And how did that go? If y'all ever took one for the team. But while y'all decide on that, I'm gonna shuffle through these cards since it's Freestyle Thursday and anything goes. Because I'm still curious in how freaky some of y'all minds are. Because some of these cards that Monica and I was going through was kind of crazy. And I got a bunch of cards. And I don't think these cards are for sale anymore. These cards are like over 20 years old for sure. So, I figured, well, they probably not selling these cards anymore. So let me go through a few of them and see where people mindsets is at. So I'm gonna go through a few of these cards. Pretty much Thursdays and Saturdays for sure. I'll probably go through these cards just so I can kind of get through them. Plus, I'm curious. So, first card, the loving list. Tell me about a time huh? Tell me by the time you streaked totally. I'm sure they meant stripped.
Street? No, that means running through the streets naked.
Oh, okay. No wonder I wouldn't know what that is. Okay, tell me about the time you streaked totally naked. Never. Admit to your partner the most desired sex act you would like to try.
I'm right here. Let me hear this.
Listen, this is not a question answer, but I really don't have one.
Cause
Cause what?
no,
What you about to say?
we tried most.
Define most.
I don't know. We don't do like them porno fucking positions, but we tried.
Why would we?
We tried normal people shit.
Yeah, normal stuff. Okay, explore your partner's belly button with the tip of your tongue.
Come here.
No. And then it says, get naked and demonstrate a dry hump.
Come here.
First of all,
I came on the right day.
First of all, if I'm gonna get naked, we ain't dry humping. I'm just saying. That I do know. Dry hump on your partner. We're not dry humping if I'm naked. I'm just saying. I'm quite sure he'll agree. But no, we're not dry humping at all. That would be crazy. Okay, so another card. And these are just cards that they come with. Like I said, these cards they got like 4 acts on these cards that if you want to spice up your intimacy with your partner, then these cards. That's really why I'm reading these cards, because I mean, who knows? I might find something in these cards that's worth me using to spice up my intimacy. So if you guys are wanting to spice up your intimacy, then these cards, they come with like 4 little tasks that you can do and participate with your partner with. Now, some of these stuff is kind of crazy, and some of it is kind of freaky-ish, and some of it sounds like a kid wrote it. But to each his own, right? So another card says to kiss your partner's bare thighs and relate when and where you lost your virginity. Okay, if I'm playing a intimacy game with my partner, I don't think I'm gonna want to tell my partner anything about me losing my virginity, especially if it wasn't with him. And I don't think he's gonna want to hear that if we're trying to do. So I'm just saying, but I don't know. Some people might get off on that. If you could have a same-sex encounter right now, what would it be? I wouldn't. So I'd have absolutely no desire to have a same-sex encounter. Absolutely no. No intentions. Um, Make up a dirty passage as might be found in a poem, magazine, and let your partner hear it. I mean, why all that? Just, I mean, babe, if you was to tell me a dirty poem, uh, a dirty passage is what it calls it, but some poetry, would you be able to?
I don't know. Who goes around citing nasty poetry?
I don't know. They saying it would be found in a porn magazine.
We don't have porn magazines.
I know.
We're not freaks.
I mean, like I said, some of this stuff is kind of weirdish. But hey,
They're not weird. It's just a lot
if you're freaky,
I was gonna say a lot of people just freaky.
if you're freaky, there you go. Okay, I'll read one more card. Um, kiss the nearest, kiss the nearest breast. I mean, hopefully y'all the only two playing this game, because if you're not, and your partner kiss a breast that's closest to him and it ain't yours, how you gonna feel about that? Have your partner strip bare and place soft kisses all over their body, and remove your clothing and have your partner give you a foot job. I don't want no foot job in the nude. I'm just saying. If I ain't got no clothes on, there's a reason why. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just me. If I don't have no clothes on, then I'm expecting to get some, and it ain't no foot rub. But that's just me. But to each his own. Okay. So if y'all feel like doing anything, oh, let me do my recap on the cards. If y'all feel like doing anything off of these cards, I mean, hey, help yourself. So I read 3 cards. So this is 12 tasks. And it says, the first card says, tell about a time you streaked totally naked. I still feel like that should say strip, but okay.
Street commercial rain. Don't nobody do that shit, but crazy ass people at football games, soccer games. You know, the people that run on the. You ever see people run up on a soccer field or a football field and they be naked on the.
And they just running across that field.
Or running up the street naked, yeah, that's streaking.
Oh, okay. Admit to your partner the most desired sex act you would like to try. Explore your partner's belly button with the tip of your tongue, and get naked and demonstrate a dry hump on your partner. We're not dry humping. That's all I got to say. The second card says kiss your partner's bare thighs. Relate when and where you lost your virginity. I'm just trying to see how that would be a turn on. I, I mean, what if it's in the back seat of a car or something, or in a closet, a janitor's closet or something? You know, a lot of people who lost their virginities in janitor's closets and stuff like that. If you could have a same-sex encounter right now, what would it be? And make up a dirty passage as might be found in a porn magazine and let your partner hear it. And then the last card says, kiss the nearest breast. Tell about your first, oh, I didn't see that part. Tell about your first wet dream. Have your partner strip bare and place soft kisses all over their body. And remove your clothing and have your partner give you a foot job. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be arousing or not, but if you're a female and you strip, you pull this card and you strip and you get a foot job, I'm sure you're gonna want something else. You're naked. I'm just saying. Same thing for a guy. He ain't gonna be he ain't gonna be probably wanting no foot job at all. What kind of foot job they talking about too? You know, people they get freaky when they get to making these cards and stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna read a few of these and see my date night cards is real thick. We read 14 of these cards the other day. And so, yeah, I got quite a ways. So I'm going to read some of these cards right here. Now, if you are just now jumping on this feed, and tonight's topic that I had in mind was taking one for the team. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you had to go on a date for a friend, a family member, or whatever that wasn't your cup of tea, but you had to do it for that person? So you took one for the team. Basically, in reference of, and this is not where I got it from, but it's the example that I'm using on Mo Money, when Damon made Marlon take one for the team with that girl that he didn't think was cute. Okay, but other than that, moving right along, I'm back on my tonight's conversation date night cards. Okay, now I actually like these cards. You know, they're conversation cards. So if y'all want to comment on these cards, hey, the floor is open. Okay. That goes for you too, Mr. Wilson back there. You listen?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now these cards are meant for you to like when you're on a date with somebody, you ask them a couple of questions and stuff like that. Some of these questions, like this one, will be on a borderline of kind of too serious and too personal, but that's just me, especially for a first date. But it says, how are you financially preparing for your future? I don't want no man to ask me about my money finances on my first date. So, but that's too serious for me on the first date. And if I'm working a clock in job, I ain't doing that much preparing because my checks is basically a payday check. Um, so nothing there. Okay, here's another one. Do you consider yourself religious? Yes, I do. I'm very religious, but no, I do not go to church. Will I go to church? Yes. Will I settle at a church? No, but I do go. I will go. How important is it that your significant other believes what you do spiritually? That's not important to me. As long as he's just not, I don't know, hell bent dead against it, then I guess we good. And I mean, considering that we've been together for 26 years, it's a bit too late for that. But if I if I want to sit here and read my Bible, I don't need him saying negative stuff about me reading my Bible, because then, yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Or if I want to go to church and I ask him to go with me, and he has something negative to say about that, and it's repeatedly, then yeah, we would have a problem. Um, because regardless of if I'm not settling at a church, if I want to go visit a church and I'd like him to visit too, then I'm gonna need to know that you are religious enough to at least go. And I ain't talking about just funerals. So another card. What are your views on monogamy? Huh. Um, a relationship is what you make it. That's my views. You get out of your relationship what you put in, for one. And if you put in more than what you're getting out of it, then you are receiving what you are allowing your partner to give you. So if your partner, if you're trying to be monogamous but your partner is not, then if that's not what you want, then don't let your partner deliver that to you. But if you let them, then you're accepting it, and it is what it is. To each his own. So like I said, you get what you allow your relationship to give you, basically. Um, would you prefer to live a different lifestyle? Mm, no, that's that's just how I think. I probably won't change my training of thought or anything like that. Do you have anything to say on that topic, Mr. Wilson?
Nope.
Let's see.
You happy? I'm happy.
Well, there you have it. Um, how do you tend to your mental health? Boy, boy, boy. Like my grandbaby. Well, well, well. um, I can say that everyone has some type of thing that might trigger them mentally, that might cause anxiety, might cause depression, might just cause them to just be upset or sad or something like that. It's all a part of the emotions, right? So for me, um, to make sure my mental health stays in check is my me time. I need my me time. I need my quiet space. Even if I just take a shower by myself with no disturbance, or if I'm able, like I said before, to take a walk or to go do some stretches. Like I like doing yoga, I like doing Pilates. I'm that type of person. So if I just can do something like that, all those things to me, and I am not a professional, but those things they help me. Now, it may not help you, but they help me out. I'm a reader. I love reading books. This is just only a very, very few of the books that I read. My shelf at the house, I have like 2 or 3 shelves that are filled with books that I've already read. So it's like, yeah, if I can just do those things, um, that's a form of meditation for me. So I can do those things, I'm good. Usually, if I'm at work though, I can't go nowhere to be alone and be quiet and all that because I'm at work. 9 times out of 10, you're just gonna have to catch my wrath, and then I'll deal with my mental stability once you piss me off, and then I'm alone. But other than that, like I don't battle depression or anything like that. Now, can I be sad? Yes, anybody can be sad. So if I ever encounter moments like that, I just take a moment, take a breath, shed a tear, and then be done. And then I'm rejuvenated. That's me releasing the pressure of whatever I felt was balled up inside. And then once I wipe that tear away, I'm back. I'm practically over it. Honest to God, I'm practically over it, and then I can go on. Um, what are your views on couples therapy or counseling? I mean, to each his own. Now, I don't, I, I don't see using either of that for myself because that's the whole purpose in us talking it out. We don't go to bed until we figure it out. I mean, that's a vow that we made. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Some people, it does help them to have that person to be able to be that mediator between the two. That way, they know that their words can be heard. Whereas then, if they did try to talk it out between just the two of them, it may not actually get out and be heard or be perceived like they want it to be, especially without the interference of yelling and arguing, and you can't get your words out. So, but to each his own. Some people actually do need that mediator. But me, I don't see myself needing that mediator because I don't like to argue. Yes, I have argued. Yes, I will argue, but no, I don't like to argue. Shut up, Mr. Wilson. I don't like to argue, and I don't like to go to bed without having it figured out. So if you're not a talker and you don't want to have it and you don't want to try to figure it out with me, then 9 times out of 10, we probably just gonna break up, especially if we're just dating. And if we're married and you don't want to talk to me about it ever, and you just like walk off and ignore and all that kind of stuff, I'm only gonna take so much, and then I'm just gonna let you be by yourself. That's just me. Um, Same card. If your relationship was in trouble, would you seek it? Like I said, refer to point A. No. Because I'm not gonna pay someone to talk to get you to listen to me. And vice versa. We shouldn't have to go see someone for you to talk to me to get me to listen to you. As a couple, we should be able to talk it out, listen to each other, and get it figured out, especially before going to bed. That's just me. I am not a professional. What about you?
I'm not a professional either.
And
You gonna make sure we talk it out. You done it. You like,
well,
what are you doing? Turn around here. We finna talk before we go to sleep.
yeah, like I'm not gonna let him go to bed. And I'm a night owl, so I have all night. He don't. He's not a night owl like I am. Okay, I got 2 more cards that I'm gonna read. Is divorce ever an option for you? Why or why not? Divorce is always an option for a lot of people. Now, will they take that option? Probably not. Now, for me, it's circumstantial. I love Mr. Wilson to death, but my patience is long. So that's a benefit for Mr. Wilson. So if Mr. Wilson step on them cracks enough, especially the right cracks, then yeah, divorce would be an option. Would it be something that I'm seeking? No, no. Uh, the
You wouldn't know what to do without me.
I probably wouldn't know what to do without you, but at the same time,
You'd be lost.
I would not be lost. But at the same time, me basically, I'm not gonna live married and unhappy, utterly unhappy. I'm not gonna live like that. So if, like I said, if we can't figure out what's going on, to where that, especially if he happy but I'm not, and it's something that he's doing, then, but he's not willing to talk to me, acknowledge it, or acknowledge my unhappiness or anything of the sort, like just going on about your life and I just got to figure it out kind of thing, then I am going to figure it out, but I'm going to do it by myself. That's just me. That's just my opinion. And I expect him to do the same. If I was ignoring his feelings and I was ignoring what he had going on in his life, or if I was a contributor to how he felt, and I act like I didn't care, and that's a personal vendetta for him, like I'm hearing through a lot of people. Like, no, my happiness is not his job to make me happy, but as my spouse, you would want to see me happy. And if I'm not happy, you should want to try to figure out what's going on with me. Now, if you don't care whether or not I'm happy, no, it's not your job to make me happy. But if you don't care to add some type of happiness to my life, then, and you don't care if you see me disturbed or upset or sad, you don't care, then yeah, nah, it ain't gonna be able to happen, Cap. We're gonna have to go on down there to that courthouse and say I don't. And if they want to put irreconcilable differences to make to whatever, then that's just what it is. But no, like if I see him disturbed, my job as his wife, as a supporting wife, is to see what's going on with him. If it's something that I said, he'll used to tell me like, "Hey, you said this, and that upset me." Blah blah blah. He might not say it in those exact words, but he will let me know, and vice versa. That way, if I said something and didn't realize I offended him, then I won't do that again, and vice versa. You know.
How you gonna know you pissed me off if I don't tell you?
I mean, a lot of people don't say nothing. They walking around here pissing off they significant others and they ain't saying nothing.
Oh, I just say don't do that.
You
Don't
know.
do that. I get that from you though. I like that from you.
Well, you're welcome. Uh, Last card. If you didn't make $1 from today on, how long could you maintain your current lifestyle? I think I read this card before. I mean, considering the fact that I was just off for 8 months with $0 pay, them bills done racked up. I'm in hella debt. I done lost a lot of shit and ain't nothing I can do about it. So I've moved on and just let that debt sit there. So I figured 8 months without no money, no income, no unemployment, no nothing. If I don't make $1, I guess it won't kill me. So I don't even worry about it. Cause at the end of the day, them bills gonna outlive me. So that's my take on it. But I am not a professional, y'all. This is just my own personal thoughts, my own personal responses. Now I read through 7 of these cards. Okay. So I read through 7 cards and let's do a recap. Okay, so how are you financially preparing for your future? Now, for those people that don't think about preparing for your future, please do. Okay, whether somebody asks you this on a date or not, please think about it. Um, do you consider yourself religious? And how important is it that your significant other believes what you do spiritually? I mean, spiritual support it is important, but it doesn't matter because you don't let your partner interrupt your spirituality. Um, what are your views on monogamy? And would you prefer to live a different lifestyle? Explain why. Hey, babe, what are your views on monogamy?
Hmm?
Your views on monogamy?
What about it?
What I just say?
You got no views on it.
I mean, have you ever thought about not being monogamous?
Sometimes it's like, oh, it's kind of a headache.
Okay, so what are your views on the sometimes?
Uh, it's like the more people you got in the household, the easier their life is, but not a shit ton of people. Like maybe like two people, two other people, like or one other person or whatever.
Does not being monogamous mean bringing somebody in the house?
You saying to be monogamous or
Like, what's your views on being in monogamous relationships?
no? It's fine.
And
There's
have
nothing
you
wrong
ever
with it.
thought about a different lifestyle?
No.
You said sometimes.
Oh no, I've thought about it. I wonder how it would be to feel we had multiple people in the house. Yeah.
Okay, would that be men or women?
Uh, two dudes is not sexy.
I listen, I have no desire to be with another woman, so I guess that wouldn't work with it.
I don't know where you get that from. Two dudes is not sexy, Lacey.
Okay, but first of all, that goes both ways. So that's why I asked you. Now, if you thought about
Look, look,
sometimes,
look.
that would
Let me
be
tell you
like
something.
that would be kind of like a poly relationship, right?
Look, yeah.
Because you're talking about it, bringing them in the house, so that would be like a poly relationship. So then that kind of sounds one sided because that sounds like you want extra women in the
Honey,
household.
just because it's an extra woman, this crackhead. Oh my
Focus, focus right here.
god. I am focused, baby. I
Okay.
got a crackhead in my phone.
Focus right here. Okay, so if you are not monogamous, but you're thinking, it sounds like what you're thinking about is a poly relationship, because you said extra people in the house. Okay, so could you see yourself in a neo situation with like three or four
Oh
girlfriends,
hell no, that's too many.
or two or three girlfriends and a
That's
wife?
too many. It's like maybe one person and one other person, and that's it. And I ain't trying to have like umpteen fucking people in the damn house.
One person and one other person. Am
You
I the one person and then one other person?
you got
So
to
that makes two women.
you got to be the boss.
That would be still considered a poly relationship if they're in the house. Okay, so how would I benefit from that?
You're gonna be paying the bills, man. What you talking about?
Huh?
The bills will be like great. Just think of all the shit, Misha.
What if they
I'm
what if
look. You messing me up.
what if they lazy?
Oh, they not gonna be lazy.
And I'm not understanding what I'm getting out of it.
You're getting relief on the bills.
Okay, so wouldn't I be well within my rights if I decided to bring a guy in?
No, I don't care.
You say no, and then I don't care. Which one is it?
Me, I don't care.
Really?
No, I'm not jealous.
So you wouldn't be jealous?
Go ahead and do that if you want to.
Hey, I'm just trying. Hey, I'm trying to see. Because I mean, if you think about bringing in a
Look, true
female,
dudes don't know how to act.
I have no
True
intention.
dudes, a female, whoever you bring in the house don't matter. As long as they know, look, you going to get your business, go on outside the house and take care of your business somewhere else.
Huh?
Just because they come and stay with us don't mean that if they in a relationship, they want something. Like you don't like dudes, I mean girls, and I don't like dudes. Misha, I'm trying to focus. I done missed $1,000 so far. Messing with you.
You brought it up, so I was just trying to
You brought
elaborate.
it up. I'm over here minding my business.
I was just trying to elaborate
I'm
on
minding
what you
I'm
said.
minding my business.
It sounds like you about to catch yourself, and so I'm gonna help you out. Okay.
Well,
So,
I don't. What I'm saying is not making sense because I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing and talk to you.
well, you're saying that if you did, you would consider a extra female
You said
in the home. Okay,
I don't think
because
I
it
don't
would
think two
be
dudes know how.
financially beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not getting anything out of that. That's all I'm saying because
You can.
I'm not into.
You can.
What am I getting out of it besides help with the bills?
She can tickle your tootie.
Huh?
Huh?
Tickle my tootie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no. First of all, I'm not getting nothing out of that. That's what you're for.
Hmm.
Second of all,
Well,
I have no desire,
Look, Nisha,
no interest in a female
I'm trying
whatsoever. So if we're in a poly relationship, and I'm just curious, okay, because I'm not experienced with poly relationships. So if we're in a poly relationship and we do have an in-house girlfriend that's strictly all yours, would I be able to get me a side dude that's not in our poly?
We sure can.
Really?
Yeah, that would be hypocritical.
Why?
Because if I have somebody in the house that but I don't know because like Ninja's in that situation, and but they his situation different because they together.
Exactly. They're different. Everybody wins in his relationship, but I'm not winning.
I guess you would have to. That nigga have to know the rules though. Look, now leave me alone.
Got him. Moving right along. How do you tend to your mental health?
I'm gonna tend your mental health if you don't leave me alone.
If you didn't make $1 from today on, how long could you maintain your current lifestyle? Like I said, I went 8 months last year, from February all the way to October, with no money. um, and my current lifestyle, it did change. It did change. My bank account is $0 now, and my 401k is pitiful. And eesh, because I had to depend on a lot of all of my savings and stuff. Um, is divorce ever an option for you? Why or why not? Hey, would you ever consider divorce?
No.
Under certain circumstances?
No, we're gonna fix this shit.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, what if I was like really bad? Like if I wasn't the wife you have today, like I was terrible.
If you wasn't the wife I had today, Vermisha, we wouldn't be together. Now look.
Well, we can still be married, but I'm not how I am. I'm
married to your ass if you don't leave me alone. Let me focus.
I was just asking. Uh, what are your views on couples therapy or counseling? And if your relationship was in trouble, would you seek?
Couple therapy is stupid. You can't talk it out your damn self. What the fuck?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's stupid.
It's not stupid, but it's stupid.
But
it's still stupid.
I mean, it's not that they can't. You got one party that's willing to talk, and maybe they got a partner that's constantly yelling and fussing and cussing and not willing to talk.
You should be able to talk it out with whoever you with.
Now, I will say this. If we are dating, I'm not doing couples therapy with somebody I'm dating at all. We're going to break up. Plain and simple, because I'm not tied to you. And so I'm not going to sit up here and stress myself out with couples therapy with somebody that I'm not tied to. Uh, and then it makes you wonder if the real issues get resolved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all sitting up there and y'all touching base and y'all just kind of putting a band-aid on the wound, but you're not actually healing it. You're just treating it. So there's a difference. So no. Well, I read several cards to you guys. I went over 3 of the loving list cards, and today's topic was taking one for the team. And no, my taking one for the team, it wasn't really like taking one for the team, but hey, if y'all got a story on if y'all ever been in a situation where y'all had to run some interference and take one for the team, I'd like to hear about it. If you haven't done so already, give me the thumbs up and follow my channel. Subscribe to my YouTube, Snack Cackle Talk. Yeah, Snack Cackle Talk. That is Snackle with a K. Shut up, Brian. And I will be back here tomorrow. Now, tomorrow that is no special day, okay? That is just Good Friday. And since Monica is not going to be here for Relationship Saturday, we just decided to go live tomorrow. And then Trey is going to be here on the live. Because Saturday, he has his baby on Saturdays, and his baby can't be here. So I'd like for you guys to join me again tomorrow. Tomorrow. I will be here at 5 o'clock. Okay. I was late today. Like I said, we went to the movies. We went to the movies at 3 something. We didn't get out till after 6. So, or at 6. It was like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yep, and it was good.
But it was a good movie. It was a good movie, though.
It was entertaining from start to stop.
Yeah, it was entertaining the whole time. So I already knew that I was gonna be late. I just didn't know I was gonna be this late. But other than that, you guys, I appreciate every one of you that hopped on and listened to me ramble on. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.